Joining us right now, this is a great way to close it out. We have two guests joining us. First and foremost, Laurel Champion, General Manager of M Live Media Group of Southeast Michigan. And Laurel is the co-chair of the 2013 United Way campaign and previously was the vice chair of the United Way of Washtenaw County's Board of Directors. So, Laurel, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Sam. Thank you so much for being here, and thanks for having us.
All right. Thank you for joining us here. And Dave Lutton, president of Charles Reiner Company of Realtors. Dave is a member of the United Way of Washtenaw County Board of Directors and is the co-chair of the 2013 United Way campaign. So, Dave, glad to have you.
Well, delighted to be here. Thanks, Sam.
Yeah, glad that you guys could be with us. So, this campaign, I imagine, is a very challenging undertaking, but at the same time, just from the outside looking in, it looks to be tremendously rewarding.
Absolutely. It's very rewarding. When you look around the room just tonight, you look at the outpouring of community support. It's a pleasure to be here again, especially with our wonderful sponsors for this leadership reception. The giving, the generosity in this community is really amazing. It makes our jobs much easier.
I understand that last year you and Dave were vice chairs for the campaign. What exactly was your role in last year's campaign?
Yeah, actually last year, that's how Dave and I first got hooked together, really. We were co-chairs for the Leadership Givers campaign. And so we were really responsible for trying to get this group of leadership givers together to try to encourage some additional folks from our community to join and put their support behind that group. We signed an awful lot of letters, I think up in the thousands somewhere. So that was really what we spent our time doing a year ago.
I gotcha. I find that when I talk to various people involved with the United Way that it's never just one nonprofit that they're involved with. So Dave, what leadership roles have you taken with other nonprofits or nonprofit organizations, and how has that influenced your decision to become involved with the United Way?
Well, I've been, you're right, I'm relatively new with United Way activity, but I've been on a number of boards locally. Probably the most prominent was the Community Foundation, Ann Arbor Area Community Foundation Board, which I was fortunate enough to chair for about 2.5 years. That was a while ago now. I'm done with that, and it's interesting. I heard Bill Folletti interviewed earlier, and you asked how he got into United Way, and he said Steve Dobson recruited me. Well, I'm the same way. I agreed to be chair because Steve Dobson recruited me for the task, and I'm also currently on the board of the Washtenaw Housing Alliance, which is a natural progression from the work that I do at the Reinhardt real estate firm.
It's funny. You talk about Steve Dobson. He recruits you. I imagine you guys take recruiting on as a task as well. Let's talk to some of those people. Let's throw a recruiting pitch out there to folks. If someone wants to make a gift to the United Way of Washtenaw County, what should they do? How can they do that?
Well, they can do that very easily. Online, they can go to uwgive.org, and they can click on the Give button. And it's very easy to walk through that. But on a more personal note, Sam, I got to take you back to the recruiting with Steve Dobson. So picture Steve Dobson and his incredible recruiting skills. Add Dave Lutton to the mix. Voila.
And that's how it happens. I mean, you cultivate an environment, an atmosphere that lures others in and keeps it going, keeps that community chain getting longer and longer. So let's talk about goals. I mean, there's no campaign that doesn't have a goal. Where do we kind of stand right now? Where do we want to be?
Well, Sam, we're we're in the midst of an aggressive campaign. We're trying to increase by more than 5%, closer to 6%, last year's total contributions. We're trying to set a course to get this community back to where it was ahead of the Great Recession, which really damaged the fund collection in Washtenaw County. And so this year's goal is $6.25 million. That's about a 6% increase from last year. And certainly events like this event is honoring the people who give $1,000 or more to the campaign campaign annually. There's another group called the de Tocqueville Society that gives $10,000 or more per person. Those two groups now are driving more than 50% of the campaign. And so for your listeners, if you're not a leadership giver, but you're a leader in this community, you can go online, as Laurel suggested. You can call 971-8200, and they will take care of getting you involved in the campaign. And that really is one of our drivers for this year's campaign, is increasing the donor base. And for those people for whom the 1,000 and up level isn't appropriate, and certainly we appreciate not everyone can do that.
Right.
Any gift helps, and
Exactly.
the more givers we have, the stronger this campaign will be. We used to collect between $8 and $9 million regularly for these cornerstone efforts that the United Way makes in the safety net for Washtenaw County society. We have a goal as a board to get back to that level by 2016, and so this year, getting to this year's goal is crucial, and we're going to build on that in years forward.
You know, one of the ways that it's built upon, and we were talking to various business leaders, and they get their employees involved, and you can get companies kind of competing with one another to see who can raise the most. Who runs right now the largest employee campaign in Washtenaw County? And if you know off the top of your head, you guys know what their goal is?
I know that number, and I know who it is, and we're sitting in one of their little properties here at the Jack Russell Stadium Club. The University of Michigan is far and away the largest campaign that is part of the overall county campaign, and their goal this year is $1,550,000 from the university. So go blue, and we're talking to all those good U of M faculty and staff and administrators. Get on board. That campaign launched about 2 weeks ago, and we'll be running hard in the month of November here.
All right, so Laurel, where can people find out more information and get connected with the United Way of Washtenaw County?
Again, I think really the best way and the easiest way is for people to hop online. If people can take a few minutes and go to uwgive.org, you can learn all about the organization. You can find out the organizations that receive grants. You can find out about some other great initiatives that the United Way has, like the Women's Initiative. There's a Young Leaders Society. And then in addition to that, you can sign up for e-newsletters that the United Way will push out. Become a fan on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, watch YouTube videos, check out our photos on Flickr, and read the blog, and on and on.
All right, so before you guys go, I'm going to ask you a question. And Laurel, I don't know if you want to recuse yourself from judging this particular affair that's coming up, but Michigan State on Saturday. Can you guys name a winner? Dave, you want to name a winner coming up on Saturday?
Well, I'm a blue guy, not a green guy, and I'm going to say go blue. Michigan will win, but this is a tough one. We talk about this being Michigan State's first tough test. It's, I think, our hardest test of the season, and it's their vaunted defense against our explosive offense. I think Michigan wins on the road.
Laurel, are you just going to say it's just going to be a good game?
I'm just going to tell you, Sam, that I have an excellent, very talented staff of sports writers, and so let's see how everything plays out Saturday, but a Michigan team will be the winner.
Exactly. Well, guys, thanks a lot for joining us this afternoon.
Hey, Sam, thanks so much
Thank
for
you.
all you guys do for United Way.
All right,
We
thanks a
appreciate
lot.
your support.